So is there a trend towards the luxury end of the car market? Let's ask Paul Newton, an analyst at Global Insight. Thank you very much indeed for coming in to speak to us. So a recovery in the sales of luxury vehicles. Why are we seeing this?
Basically, what we're looking at is a recovery against a very low base of comparison. You have to remember that last year, when the markets were incentivized by various governments around the world, that luxury and premium just didn't benefit. So you have this low base of comparison, and business and certain sectors are actually recovering and doing quite well. Whilst public and personal finances are under pressure, a lot of businesses are doing okay, actually. So,
despite the fact that we're coming from a low base of comparison, as you say, because we went through such a lousy period last year, is it still somewhat surprising that the likes of Mercedes, Audi, BMW are doing well in difficult economic market conditions here in Europe?
I think in Europe, certainly they're doing well. A lot of that is, again, the replacement cycle due to business, fleet, etc. But there's also the China effect. And all of those manufacturers you mentioned have huge operations in China and really are doing exceptionally well out there.
So looking ahead, which car makers are then best placed to really benefit from emerging market countries like China?
I think you've really got to look at the big three Germans. They've all got extensive operations over there. They've also got operations in the US, and as we see a recovery in premium in the US as well, they're going to benefit from that. So yeah, it's the kind of the usual faces, I'm afraid.
And I suppose the lesser integrated players will struggle if they are in the US and Europe alone. They're going to need to diversify.
Very much so, yeah. And you've got the UK-based guys, Jaguar Land Rover. They're in a process of restructuring and looking at emerging markets, but they're very much on the first run of the ladder.
What do you make of their sales in the US right now?
Well, sales in the US, again, it's one of these, it's a strange paradox. You've got public and personal finances under enormous pressure, but if you've escaped that, you've got a lot of very healthy business fundamentals, certain sectors doing very well, and pent-up demand and replacement cycle driving a lot of premium demand.
And is that likely to continue?
Yes, most definitely. There's a stalling and there's a slowing of the recovery, admittedly, but we don't see it heading towards a double dip. So we do see this sectoral demand continuing to push sales.
What about other challenges facing the luxury end of the car market? I'm thinking of the kind of challenges when you talk about greater fuel efficiency. Do we need to see them really move into that kind of technology looking forward?
In the next 10 years, you'll see premium morph into something completely different. But where they're best placed is where, there's going to be a lot of downsizing, a lot of lightening, a lot of new technology. But essentially what they're going to be doing is using their technological prowess and the premium brand to sell that to clients who are looking for economy as well as premium.
Good stuff. Thanks very much indeed, Paul.